getting it, cuz. Send that thing. It's your boy, J Mitch. Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy J Mitch. I'm up here with my Rustler rebuild series. And what you see is my OG Rustler, and you see the new parts I'm going to install on the Rustler. I already did a unboxing of the parts that I'm going to put in, but I just was going to give you guys a quick overview of my old Rustler and just go over the parts and some of the differences I saw before I actually got this thing apart, and some things you'll need. So looking at the old Rustler, you guys can see I have the old school bumper weight, front bumper weight to keep this front down on my OG Rustler. This was one of the first upgrade parts I bought, along with the Lipo lock. The OG, this was a little post OG, but got to have that Lipo lock for those long Success Lipo bricks on the Rustler. But also just looking at the upgrades, you can see I did the upgraded aluminum arms and shock tower on the Rustler. Still running the stock shocks. Might look into upgrading the shocks. I don't know, I'll think about it, but I think I have these shocks right where I want them, so I may not change them at this point, but I'll go through them, change the fluids, and maybe stiffen up the weights in there. Also, you can see I have the STRC aluminum front hubs. I left the axle stubs the same, yeah, taking it back to STRC, so that's crazy. I have the upgraded aluminum arms. I'm running the slash 4x4 wheel hubs in the front, the Traxxas ones, and in the back I'm running the MIP hubs. And also too, it's a little color coordination difference. I'm running the STRC rear hubs, but in silver instead of the red in the front. Really not a lot of color coordinating going on here, guys. I gotta apologize. Well, no, I ain't gonna apologize. This is how we do. Also, again, speaking of color coordination, I'm running the blue alloy shock tower in the back. So that is funny. And you can see I'm running the Revo style shocks in the rear of the Rustler. Also, just taking it back, look at the drive shaft. I'm running the MIP drive shafts in the back, which is probably the reason why I'm running the MIP hubs in the rear. So that's what's going on there. And I think I mentioned this before. One of the last upgrades I made with this car was the Mod 1 alloy gearbox. So all the gears inside of this, the stock Traxxas internal gears, were removed, and this is pretty much a lock center spool with a pinion in this rear diff housing. And it's locked, so it's just a straight aluminum shaft back here, and it's locked. And the thing was just to get the power down to the car, but when I say this thing handled wonky after I did this upgrade, it was basically undrivable. Really couldn't run the car with this gearbox. You would think that you could. I haven't seen anybody really do any successful running with this gearbox, which is why I'm going to eliminate it and replace it with the new updated Traxxas gears from the slash two-wheel drive street eliminator. So that's the plan there. I'm trying to think, what else can I tell you about this car? And one thing I did peep early was, well, a couple things. With this new chassis, the new Rustler chassis, they don't use the old steering bell crank from the original Rustler. Now in the new Rustlers, they are doing the slash 2-wheel drive bell crank. I bought an upgraded one. This is a Hobby Park one. I was going to get just the stock one, but believe it or not, this Hobby Park one was actually cheaper on Amazon than just getting the stock 2-wheel drive steering set up. So shout out to my homie Ted for pointing that out to me, because this is something I would have missed. So I picked this up off Amazon. So this was like the final piece I was waiting for before I could really start this transformation. And also, if you look at the old Rustler, you used to have to cut this out so you can fit a longer Success Lipo in here. And also there was an additional part here that you had to buy to raise your ESC up off of the top of the Lipo so your Lipo could clear underneath there. And I noticed with the new Rustler, all that work has already been done. So as you can see, like you can see here where I had to Dremel this out, didn't really do a good job at dremeling that out. Hey, that's what I'm not gonna lie, hey, that's all me, that's all me. But on the new one, you can see that firewall no longer exists back there and goes all the way back to the rear of the transmission. So I'm really glad to see that Traxxas deleted that, and they also included the ESC mount. Which, no, this isn't the extended one, but basically I could just add some standoffs here to mount my ESC up there if I need to. As you can see here, I didn't go over my electronics. I am still running the Traxxas servo underneath there, and that's my plan, to still just run a stock servo here. Maybe I'll look down there and see if I have something to upgrade it with, but that's my plan, just to keep the upgraded servo, the stock servo. I didn't have a problem with it. But I am running the OG Mamba Monster. This came out of the X01. Remember this ESC, this did come from the X01. It has the cat pack in here. The X01, it has like a cover on it. I took the cover off because clearly that wasn't going to fit in the car. And I mounted it on this side of the car. So I had to Dremel down this side to mount that ESC. And of course, I'm running the venerable 2200 with the Integy aluminum fan and shroud. So yeah, that's my electronics. I think that's a 34 tooth spur gear or pinion gear with the pinion gear adapter. Also, I did get this wheelie bar / chassis brace for the bottom of the car, and this also came from the guys from Lipo Lock. I got this from them as well. But yeah, as you guys can see, I'm going to have a heck of a lot of work ahead of me, and what I'll do is when I have the car all together, I'll bring you guys back and let you see how she is. One thing I'm thinking about is maybe I'll get a new body. I'm not sure, because I'm paying tribute to the car. I might just keep the old body, just keep it, you know, keep it 100% authentic of what it is. But maybe I'll look at the bodies and see if there's anything I like better than the original body. Also too, I am running the TSM, Traxxas TSM setup on here. So I forgot about that. I gotta find that radio. If not, I have plenty of Traxxas radios. I can just link up to that. So just going over the parts again, this is the upgraded 2-wheel drive transmission. This is what I'm hoping will help me do my 100 miles an hour. Again, I never did 100 miles an hour with all this technology. It was here, but that mile 1 gearbox screwed me up, and I actually had everything to rebuild and put the gearbox back to an upgraded Traxxas gearbox. But we'll talk about that. We never did that. End up selling parts. Somebody needed one, and this was just sitting on the shelf. But I'm gonna bring her back, guys. I'm gonna bring her back better and better than ever. Give me a couple days, and I'll show you the video with all these goodies installed. So anyway, your boy's been talking too much. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Shout out to my homie Dave Hubbard, rest in peace, bro. Shout out to the homie Ted. Shout out to Adam from RC Discount. And shout out to the homie Big Willie. Shout out to everybody who supports your boy's channel. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all be good now. Peace.